Welcome to a 420 episode. I am joined by the lead singer of the Motorhead cover band, Mr. Gabe Gambino.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, manhigh.
Man.
If you love Trapped, if you love if you love Robin Thicke, that's how you know when people because you know, like if you do comedy and stuff, obviously people are like, oh, what kind of comics are you inspired by?
Yeah, I hate that question.
Yeah, right. Which is like, well,
yeah.
You ever watch like a Norm Macdonald's podcast? He has an Adam Egget, his sidekick.
I haven't seen it.
And he's like, I've been dying to ask this question. Like, where do you get your ideas from? Which is like the worst.
I hate that fucking question, bro.
anytime somebody asks, just don't ever ask that question. Like, who were the guitar players you listened to growing up? You're like, fucking so glad you asked. Like, there's probably, dude, I'm nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not a big deal in the slightest, dude. Like, there's probably 4 or 5 YouTube videos where I mention, the inspirations.
Yeah.
But
But what is your inspiration?
Robin Thicke,
Robin Thicke, bro.
Dude, when people because I remember this one time, people were, people were like, well, what kind of band does your music, or what kind of music does your band play? It's 420, guys. Give me a break. What kind of band does your music play? And so I remember people would be like, what kind of music does your band play? And I'd be like, dude, we're New Mexico's premier all Robin Thicke tribute. That's the way to do it.
You kind of sound like the Black Keys to me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And I like the Black Keys, you know?
I'm glad, dude, because it wasn't supposed to be like an insult. Like, it was
I was being an asshole, but you kind of went with it, so I mean it now. No, my thing's always been it doesn't matter who you put in front of me. Okay? I will fight to the end. I will bleed to the end.
Oh, God.
And I will go down to the end.
Oh, man. Bro, how coked up was Oscar?
Dude, Oscar De La Hoya. And if you didn't get that reference, we're obviously talking about this Triller fucking boxing fight this weekend. And Oscar De La Hoya was probably one of the best parts. I mean, that entire event was a circus.
Oh, my favorite part was the slap fight between that Ric Flair was roughing.
What? I missed that part. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was the fucking that was the best part, other than the hip hop concert.
Yeah, right. There's Bieber. I like Doja Cat, dude. Doja Cat's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Doja Cat's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, every time a person slapped the other, you saw Ric Flair going, woo! It was just I was like, man, this is premier fighting. Yeah. I love this.
You remember when the most egregious clown shit ever was Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor? Yeah. Which looking back looks like the most legitimate event of all time.
Fucking prestigious as fuck.
Yeah. That looked way prestigious compared to fucking, oh, we got Jake Paul fucking fighting Ben Askren, which
who's 190 pounds when he fights at 170. Well, he didn't cut weight to 170.
Yeah, he kind of danced around 175.
It was dad bod Ben, bro.
And it's kind of time to admit there is no God but Jake Paul and Logan at his right hand.
I think Logan wants to box with Jake Paul.
I hope they double knock out each other and they both die.
I think Logan's actually way bigger.
Yeah, Logan he appears to be way bigger than Jake.
He's 220, I think. He's a big dude.
Yeah, and I'm also wondering, athletic commission involvement in these events.
Yeah.
Which, because that counts as a pro fight, doesn't it?
I think so.
At least Jake Paul's thing, I think it was not an exhibition. I think.
Oh, really?
Which is why he's he can say he's 3-0 or whatever.
But Logan's training in Puerto Rico, baby.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna fuck him up, bro.
You get that you get a little bit of that Rico in you, bro. You fucking come back.
You're born with hands, dude.
Yeah.
You're born in Puerto Rico.
Oh, dude, for real.
You're born with hands.
Yeah, like
I don't. I'm just a fuckhead. I'm white on the inside, bro. I don't have hands, man. I hate getting punched in
your hands. Your hands are for the submissions. The Subi Mish.
But I also got tiny hands, bro. It's just
Donald Trump, like.
Yeah, dude. Big dick, small hand energy, bro.
I love that. I love the amount of insecurity in a person where they're like, I assure you, my hands are they're pretty big.
Wrong.
Yeah. Wrong. Yes. It reminds me of that fucking Uncle Jack on Always Sunny. Yeah. Where he's like wearing fake hands and stuff. Can you make sure my? And this thing is I have rather large hands, but I think it's they stretched out from playing guitar, probably.
I think
like 20 years of playing guitar.
No, dude. That's not how it works. It doesn't alter your DNA to get bigger hands.
Well, no, I think but you can't stretch things.
Oh no.
So I've been hanging a weight off my dick for no reason. That's fucking bullshit, dude. This guy doesn't know shit about science, dude. You went to Puerto Rican school. Bear that in mind.
That's like people that are like, oh yeah, if you shave over and over again, you're gonna grow more hair then, which is fucking bullshit. It doesn't alter your DNA.
Yeah, no, you know what? I never shave my body and it doesn't stop getting hairier. And it's bullshit. Dude, when I was 12 in middle school, they called me Austin Powers.
Really?
Yeah, I had chest hair. Like, I already had a fucking damn. Yeah.
That's one thing.
Which just caused a hit with the 41-year-old ladies.
That's awesome, at least. I never shaved my ass for that fear, though.
Oh, shaving?
I never shaved my ass, bro. I don't understand. Okay. I am not judging anyone. Because, if a guy likes to get their ass eaten by their girl, cool. I can't do it, bro. I wouldn't do that to them. Sometimes, it takes, a good, 6 wipes for me to clean my ass. It takes 6 wipes. I'd rather waste all the toilet paper in the world than walk out with
then with a speck.
Yeah. But no one's perfect, all the time. No one performs at their greatest every fucking time.
You can't get it all.
Especially if you're in a rush. And then I have fucking hair, bro. That's gonna get stuck on the hair. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I do.
No, I know.
Have you got your ass eaten? You don't think you got your ass eaten?
Dude, I'm glad you brought this up because I do have an opinion on this matter. And the other thing, I'm not a guy that gets his ass eaten, and it's not because I'm not judging. Again, it's for me, it's a self-confidence issue. 1, 2, I've heard people tell me wiping your ass must be like getting peanut butter out of a shag carpet, and that's true. So you and I have a very affliction about this, but my opinion on that shit is the getting my ass eaten. If I like you, I can't like you right after that because you licked my ass, and I'm how little do you think of yourself to eat my ass? Also, it's maybe it's a self-consciousness. I don't feel worthy.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't feel like I'm the kind of guy whose ass should be eaten.
You ever have that self-esteem where you'll be like, you know what, fuck it, I deserve to get
the day that'd be great, dude. If that was the moment I figured out that I was confident, was that's right, get on there, get in there. If that was man, he really turned a new fucking leaf ever since the if that was a symbol for me.
Yeah.
And they'll be when was the day you realized you were confident in yourself? And I'm you know what? The day I dropped trout and let a girl go chow on my butthole,
Just fucking tongue punch your fart box, that's when.
Yeah.
Gross. It's funny for me, when I first became really, really confident is when I had only a mustache, bro.
Oh, I saw the pictures.
Oh, dude, I was damn, I'm fucking sexy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm fucking sexy with just.
Dude, that's the thing. If you're still I kind of learned that too. My early music career was I think I've had people that are drawn to the fact that I'm I really don't care that much.
Yeah.
I don't think about a lot of the stuff that I think people think about a lot.
Yeah.
So, I've had the hobo like worse beard than I have now.
Yeah.
Like I've had people like, oh, no matter what, they're like, I usually hate guys with beards, but for some reason the day I was an exception, I was like, what? And I think it's because, like, you know, when you actually carry yourself like, hell yeah, you know what? I'm not wearing Crocs right now, but I've been wearing Crocs all day.
Dude, I fucking love Crocs.
Yeah. And, you know, I gotta, because, like, you know, I felt like I was watching the last week's show, and I was like, I look like a hitman that got hurt. You know? I look like a mafia hitman that hurt his hip, and it's like it's on the couch.
You look like a bouncer that was protecting the Proud Boy.
Dude. Yeah, look like the fucking Oh my god. Yeah. Dude. Fucking the dinner rolls of anarchy or some shit, dude. Like, I was like, bro, I look like I was like, dude, I look like an injured bouncer or a fucking somebody that's still talking shit, even though I'm like, if I hadn't hurt my hip and been on the couch for this last year,
you look like
I'd be kicking everybody's ass, you know?
You look like you beat Gavin McInnes through beer pong. Like,
just fucking beat his ass at beer pong. Yeah, me and Gav, dude, I call him Gav.
Yeah, you gotta call him Gav, bro.
Dude,
This is your boy G, baby. I just want to let you know that you can check out these type of products at darkhavenstudio.com with the code GBABY. Get 10% off on all products. There are rash guards, board shorts if you want to just wrestle. You got t-shirts that has the Z on them if you want to stay New Mexicated, because it is 420. But yeah, use the code GBABY for 10% off.
So there are a lot of things that happened over this weekend. Yeah, we had a UFC event. UFC. We also had Triller.
Yeah. Triller,
dude.
So what was your opinion? Let's just go straight to the point on the Ben Askren Jake Paul fight. Did you think Ben Askren was gonna like perform that way?
No, not in the slightest. I don't think he'd go down like that. It was comically bad, and part of me wrestles like with the because I started going down the wormhole of and I don't believe it necessarily with the was the fight fixed? Because I think after pay-per-view numbers came in, Askren made $1 million.
Yeah,
which is probably more than he would ever made in a UFC fight.
But a minute. That started by QAnon, bro.
Oh no!
So you're part of Q now.
No, I'm not part of Q. Don't ever. They're like, see, there was a pizza restaurant where Ben Askren met up with Jake Paul.
Pizzagate.
But I was like, I think the only arguments you could have for any kind of fix, which I mean, so I was reading about the, boxing refereeing.
Yeah.
So apparently the reason he called it is because he asked Askren to step forward, and he stumbled, and that's what made him call the fight. But I was like, there's so many weird situations about that fight that I can understand why somebody argued that it was a fix. Well, but also, I mean, if you have to fix a fight with Ben Askren,
dude, it's just I knew that Ben was just his footwork wasn't there. He doesn't have those body coordination. He just didn't have that dynamic striking muscles. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which people you have to train a long time to get that.
Yeah, and it's also you train kickboxing before. It's like a whip. Bam! Every time you're punching, it's like a whip. Wrestling is different, bro. It's pushing and pushing. You're just it's a different type of strength that. Yeah. And Ben was never great.
Dude, that was man, I was a year into kickboxing before I tried jiu-jitsu.
It's different.
And the weird you're what the fuck? This shit hurts right here.
Yeah.
You get everybody jokes about those oh the I got sore muscles I didn't know I had and stuff, and it's very true. When you try something like boxing, but even boxing versus kickboxing, the training is way...
It's different.
Because like kickboxing, you're minding your legs, like your feet.
I feel like the art of boxing's a lot more advanced than the art of kickboxing because it's just been around for so long.
Yeah, and there's like those little like fundamentals of like
head movement, fucking footwork, and just
and you watch that
shoulder rolls, and it's
besides Max Holloway, and we were just watching that Max Holloway fight, or like at least those highlight moments against Calvin Kattar.
Yeah,
was like straight boxing clinic where he was.
And Calvin Kattar was known as like one of the best boxers in the featherweight division.
Dude, and Calvin, the thing with Calvin Kattar too is like, dude, he's a tough son of a bitch, dude.
Yeah.
He took the most significant strikes in any MMA fight ever.
He's not gonna be the same after that, though.
I hope he is, but
I hope he's better.
I hope he is, or like you gotta improve, and like that was always my thing. Where like me and Kevin, our amazing camera guy, we're talking about like like dudes like Floyd Mayweather. Like if you think he's dancing around and it frustrates you that like nobody's hitting him,
he's doing a great job. Yeah,
then hit him, dude. Like be better at hitting them than he is at not getting hit.
Well, look, he retired. What is it, 41-0 or 40-0?
Who, Mayweather?
Yeah,
40. I think it's 40 or 50 or something.
Yeah, I know he retired.
I think it's 50-0.
He retired undefeated without that much damage.
Yeah,
and he can still speak full sentences.
You can't read them.
You
can't read a full sentence, but god damn it,
that has nothing to do with head trauma, though.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, dude. I mean, you look at some of these interviews, like even Tyson didn't take like an insane amount of damage. Mm-hmm. Like you look at Evander Holyfield or somebody, he's like, like it's weird, dude. They feel like they look like old babies almost, like
dude.
Because like that punch drunkenness, dude. It sucks to see like that kind of like head trauma and stuff, and it is a real thing. Like, was it Jake Paul was trying to say he has CTE?
Early signs of CTE.
But I think
everyone has CTE at some point. Like,
sure,
you can get CTE from water skiing.
Yeah, dude, I was in the army. Like, like paratrooping, dude. I got concussed on like 2 jumps. So I'm
Did you fall on your head?
Yeah, I definitely slammed. Like, I hit my feet and then fucking like.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's like pop pop. Like,
ew, bro.
Dude, that's it. Like, like you slam into the ground pretty hard, and that's definitely why I'm like really dumb now. No, but like, there's a lot of things you get head injuries from, but like, you see in boxers, particularly like those dudes that slug it out and like, they're like 86 fights of like just straight like, like power, like Vanderlei Silva type shit.
Dude, that's just too much.
Chuck Liddell.
Oh my god.
Speaking of Oscar De La Hoya, like that criminal put on that fight, there was no. I think Kevin was here. Were you here? We watched the fucking Tito versus Chuck Liddell 3.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Right.
Go through that.
Right. But I was, it's like, you kind of brush up. But as far as old man fights, Rampage versus Vanderlei Silva 4 in Bellator. Dude. I loved that fight because I imagine that like, like you're back in Puerto Rico, right? Yeah. Your 2 uncles are grilling like it's a barbecue. Yeah, for sure. And it's like, like that time I knocked you out in '99. It's like, you wouldn't do that now, right? It's like you're too fat. It's like way past their prime, way washed up uncles that are like, no, and they start taking their shirts off and boxing in the backyard. You're like, what the fuck?
I really hope the fighter that Quentin called titties was watching that fight going, ha!
He won that fight.
I know.
But he was like,
but he had titties.
He did have titties. Who was that guy? I forgot. I forgot what titties was, but he's like,
he was on the Ultimate Fighter 10.
He was with Rashad.
Dude, and he fucking grabbed him by the boobs, bro. He
he's like, hey, titties.
Yeah. I was like, he fucking body shamed him, bro.
Well, that was a different time. That was a different decade. But like, no, I remember Rampage being like calling him titties all the time. And then they asked him, because I think he eventually, of course, lost. Yeah. Got kicked off the show, and he's like, Quentin Rampage Jackson ruined my life. He kept calling me titties.
Not everybody calls me titties.
Dude, I read the YouTube comments, man. They're calling me titties. I'm not hurt by it. But so I was aware that we're like, I did say some shit that I'm ashamed of recently.
On the last episode?
If you think it's me shitting my pants, it's not. It's that I texted John and told him that I thought Frank Mir was doing a good job at boxing. And I'm here to set the record straight.
I thought you were just as coked out as Oscar De La Hoya. I was like, is he watching the same fight?
I'll fight Frank Mir. Like, dude, I was like,
fight to the death. I will bleed to the death. Like Gambino go.
Yeah. Dude, that was my favorite part about Oscar De La Hoya. Was like when they're like, so have you seen Godzilla versus Kong? And he's like, I will fight to the death. I will bleed to the death, and I will go down to the end. And everybody's like, oh, okay.
Okay, Oscar.
We were hoping you'd send your daughter a happy birthday message today. Hey, do you want to say hi to your fans in Puerto Rico? He's like, I will fight till the end. I will never quit. And they're like, what are you talking about?
Bro, by the way, who's that Fury guy that they might fight?
Fury, dude, we should have looked that up.
Yeah, we should have.
Yeah, we should get our Google on.
Yeah.
Because there was a guy named Fury, and it wasn't Tyson Fury, the legitimate actual boxer.
Was he a porn star or some shit? I don't know.
I don't know. You're like, I know that dick.
I know that dick. I've seen that dick.
This guy's like, I'll beat the shit out of Jake Paul, and you're like, nah, I know, dude. He's hung, dude. I'm just gonna put in Fury Jake Paul here.
Yeah.
And
I just hope it's not a porn ad, bro. You
yeah,
really
right.
last 10 seconds.
Hot
bills in your area.
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury.
Okay. Definitely sounds like a porn star.
Yeah, it does.
Like, if it's not, then somebody else should come in and swoop that name up, you know? Tommy Fury, okay. Okay, actually, Tommy Fury is a younger brother of Tyson Fury.
Oh, really?
Who is a 5-0 with 4 KOs.
That's the one that Jake Paul wants to fight?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Wow, okay, so
he wasn't a porn star. Or is he? I mean, Tommy Dreamer.
Look, anybody with Tommy in a weird, like Tommy Anger.
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah, you're like,
Tommy
dude.
Dreamer, Bubba Ray Dudley, they all been
Bubba Ray Dudley. Dude, Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
Like, no, not to be confused with Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury, okay.
Or Tommy Longshot. The king of the cum shot in the 21st century.
And Jake Paul wanted, who else? Was it like,
Jake Paul, like...
I think it was McGregor, too. He was like McGregor.
Jake Paul is going for McGregor, and then... But, you know what? It's because his brother got Mayweather for this exhibition. And, again, I mean, at least it's not a pro fight or something. Like, they're not trying to...
Yeah.
But, like, this...
Logan is way bigger.
He is, but I don't see how he'd ever...
Hit him.
Touch Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that must be so fucking frustrating.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Like, dude, imagine you're like a Mexican immigrant. You come to the United States.
Yeah.
Right? You've been boxing your whole life. You're a high level, like, amazing boxer. You come here for an opportunity, right? And you have a fledgling pro career, which is like a lot of low level shows, but they're professional boxing fights.
Yeah. And
the biggest thing you've done thus far is the Jake Paul fight, like the undercard of the Jake Paul.
But bro, that's when you hit the lotto.
Yeah, it is, and it's good. I'm not saying I like, because people ask me that shit all the time, like with music, what if this approaches you, and what if and it's something that's like kind of like, oh, would you do like the iHeart Music Festival? And I'm like, goddamn right I would.
Yeah. Easily.
You know why? Like, I don't think that shit's kind of selling out. I think it's selling out if you do like, I wouldn't do any political convention.
Okay.
Or that kind of thing. I think that's...
For comedians, it's like getting onto like the Tonight Show with like...
Yeah, with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. I made Jimmy Fallon's fans laugh.
Yeah.
Like...
Because like that's where it's kind of like... But if I had that opportunity though...
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
And that's like, yeah, it's something that's kind of lame, but you're not doing like... they're like, hey, we want you to do stand up at this Klan rally or some shit, and you're like, I'm getting paid though. Like that's why I wouldn't do that.
Like I told you, I eat Chick-fil-A, dude. I eat Chick-fil-A, bro.
That is, dude. That's the preferred chicken sandwich of the Nazi, I think. Right?
Probably, bro. But dude, their mac and cheese. I am sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah, I understand it, dude.
But it's so good when you put the chicken nuggets in the mac and cheese, buffalo sauce, dude. You got yourself a buffalo mac and cheese.
It's 420, man. Why are you doing this to me?
I know, dude. Now I want some Chick-fil-A, but I got some cheap salad at home. I'm trying to keep this figure.
Right? No, you got a fight coming up.
Yeah, well, it's not really a fight.
Well, you have a high grappling match.
Yeah.
High level.
Literally. I mean, I'm trying to keep focused. That's why I've been smoking every day.
Yeah.
Before training.
Yeah.
My coach is like, hey, you better come into the gym high.
Yeah, if you're not fucking stoned when you come in.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want you here.
Yeah.
Because we're getting you prepared for high rollers.
Yeah. Dude, now it's, I've never been a big weed smoker, and like people around the studio can attest to that. Like, I'm not huge on weed. And I did smoke before we did this.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, with weed, I've always had this, like, this thing where I used to, like, man, I don't like feeling a little out of control.
Yeah.
And so I remember there was a point where I started smoking weed again, like, a couple years ago. And we went to some house, like, it was a house concert. And someone was passing a joint around. And it was, like, the first time I felt confident in public smoking some weed.
Yeah.
And I hit that joint. And I fucking started panicking so bad. And then people were like, Gabe, dude, when's the next manhigh show? And I was like, just sitting there. Like, dude, I can feel the rotation of the earth under my feet right now. I'm sorry. And I literally told, like, a friend of mine that, like, I'm sorry. I just feel the earth spinning. And I need to fucking go. And I went to the van and just leaned the seat back and was just like, fuck, man. And I was like, man, it knocks you down so many pegs to be like, hell yeah, dude. Like, I've been getting high at home in the safety of my house, my pajamas. But you're out there and you're like, oh, shit, dude. I'm not nearly as fucking, like, confident.
Oh, bro.
Or doing edibles in public, too.
Oh, dude, I can't do edibles. Because edibles, dude.
You should, that's the steroids, I think, of, like, the high rollers.
You know, I was thinking about just doing like 10 milligrams, and I know I'm gonna get fucking stupid when I get on the mats.
Oh man!
But dude, it's just like the first day when I was smoking before training. I'm not really. I was not.
Yeah. You and I are that. We're not big smokers.
I'd rather have like a drink and then just chill out.
Yeah.
But like lately, I've been smoking a lot and I've been enjoying it. But the first day, bro, I was getting my ass kicked, and I was just the pressure of like people on you while you're high. I was just like, I don't know why I'm doing this.
Yeah,
bro.
it's probably made up pressure too.
Oh yeah, dude.
They're probably like, John, you just got to do this, and you're like, stop yelling.
I was tipped out to pressure, dude. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. Why am I doing this? This is horrible.
Yeah.
But then I got used to it, bro, and I've been like not thinking about the grappling session.
Oh wow.
And it's been fucking amazing.
That's kind of cool, and I think like we were watching that Max Holloway.
Yeah.
Like when he entered the Matrix,
you're in the flow. You're in the fucking flow.
He was in the flow, and he's like yelling at the corner while he's like head movement, like he's like dodging everything that he was throwing at him while mid sentence. Like that was some Dragon Ball Z. Like it's like that. Oh, impressive! Like they're throwing everything they have, and they're just like. He said, "Jake Paulers. I hardly know her." Anyway, hey, Gabe Gambino here with the shoot. I'm talking about RedGorillaStudios.com. Our resources. Dude, look at this place. This place is beautiful. It's our beautiful podcast studio. The live shows we do 3 to 4 times a week. We present in real time like some of the best artists in New Mexico. Live stream to Facebook and to YouTube at RedGorillaStudios.com. And also, if you're an artist, you need voiceover, recording, mixing, mastering. We do it all here. And I personally have a hand in it. I work here, and I'm an employee of the studio, and we work our asses off to provide you with the best audio quality and the best video quality, along with our friends at Boulder Road Digital. So go to RedGorillaStudios.com. You get no discount because we already have the cheapest prices in town. And I swear to God we do. But check it out. RedGorillaStudios.com. Thanks.
Bro, but I might take it to an extra level, though, for high rollers. I'm just going to do bath salts.
Just show up like, that's cheating!
Just fucking bang my head against the mat. I probably won't win, but someone's face is getting eaten.
They're like, hey, we're trying to get high and roll. I saw you doing cocaine behind the bleachers, like off a key. They're like, cheater, you're getting the wrong high.
Hey!
You find out, dude?
Yeah.
Wait till there's cocaine rollers, dude.
Oh, bro.
They're like, we had 6 heart attacks. Like the guy that wins is like, oh yeah,
Bro, John Jones is the champ.
Yeah, John Jones. The fucking powder rollers, dude.
Yeah, you know
they
what?
come through and he's like, yeah, man, took training really seriously, and it doesn't matter who or where, I will bleed till the end. Like,
what's funny about John Jones, bro? I hate how the MMA community is like, oh, he's dishonorable, he's done this, he's done that, bro.
Have they ever been to a concert?
Have they ever been to Albuquerque, bro? Like, let the guy live. He's having the time of his life. He's the greatest in the world.
Yeah, and you know what? As many people as I know, like, you know, here in the music, like, you know, in the drug world.
In the drug world.
I don't know anybody that could ever fight for any championship for any, like,
yeah,
for anything on drugs. On cocaine or fucking alcohol, where he's like, I used to party every weekend just so I could
blame it on that if I lose.
Yeah, so I have something to fucking blame it on. That's smart too. Is like, I mean, like if you were John Jones, you could feasibly get coked the fuck out the week before the fight. Then, if you lose the fight, you check into rehab.
Yeah.
Right. You have that on deck.
Yeah.
You have it on deck, so you're like, oh, dude, I lost because of my crippling drug problem, even though you've had it the whole time.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of genius.
It is. Have you ever like worked out on coke?
No.
I never done coke, so I don't know how that feels.
Me either. No, you know, I've tried it.
You dabbled.
I've dabbled.
I dabbled.
But like, yeah, you know, and that, no.
Like, okay.
But also, I mean, I'm not that guy that wants to do stuff.
Yeah.
Either.
I mean, I've done ecstasy, and I've done psilocybin.
Okay. Mushrooms, dude, that doesn't count. That's not a drug.
I love mushrooms, bro.
Unless my kids are watching, like, then it really is, and you should never... Just wait till you're... you know, the thing was, dude, is like, anytime I've ever, like, dabbled in any kind of drug, I was already, like, 27, 28.
Same.
Yeah, I was already...
I done... ecstasy for the first time when I was 24.
Yeah.
I smoked weed for the first time when I was 18.
Yeah, so I was like 16, I think, the first time I got started.
Damn, bro, we're like fucking modeled citizens.
Yeah, and then I joined, when I was in the military, maybe once I smoked weed.
Really?
But that's like an 8-year period. That's from 17 to 25.
Bro.
At 25, weed changed, like, in a way. And this is great. It's 420 right now. But weed had changed so much since I was like a teenager that it was like insane. Because like dabs were like kind of a new thing.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like this is what, like almost, this is 8 years ago. I'm 33 now.
I came from a time where in Puerto Rico it's called rego, which is the Reggies, and then it's creepy, which is like the good thing. We didn't
creepy. Señor creepy.
It creeps on you, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we call it, creepy. It creepy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like we got that. So you got like one that's like $5. I think it was like $5 a gram, and then you got creepy, which is like 15.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we're getting creepy.
Yeah.
But bro, like, kids these days don't have to worry about getting the brown shit with the seeds in them.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that was the thing, man. It's like, people, you know, it's like, I have a kid, she's almost 14. Well, I have 2 kids, like.
14?
Yeah, I have a 14-year-old kid.
How old did you have her when you were 5, bro?
I was 8 years old, dude. Never forget that day. Holding my baby. No, I was like just barely turned 19 when she was born.
Okay, you were in the military by then.
Yeah, I was about to go to Iraq and stuff.
Damn, bro.
So, obviously I had to marry her mom. But just in case you die. You know?
Yeah.
But
for sure.
like the fact that my kid will be starting high school in the fall, and it's like,
damn, bro.
Yeah, this is a mind fuck. But the fact that she will never relate to the, like, bro, we got to go to fucking we got to go to Uncle Creepy's house to like get fucking get the creepy. Yeah.
Uncle Tio Creepy.
Yeah. Tio Creepy's house in the valley, dude. Like, right? Like, you have to go to a trailer to get weed, like, from some fucking...
I have to go to a fucking caserio, which is, like, the ghetto.
Yeah.
And, like, we would have to, like... So,
the favelas of fucking Puerto Rico.
Yeah, dude, so what we did, we were like 18 at the time. And we got, like, it was me, my best friend, and then, like, our friend, a mutual friend. But the mutual friend was driving a Beamer. And he was like this skinny, like long hair kid, the most non-threatening guy out there.
Yeah.
Because I already had my Chef Shark tattoo at the time, so I was just like, and I'm brown too, bro. Yeah. So I was just like, I'm not gonna go up there to the caseria to like buy. Yeah. And then my friend was like this fucking buzz cut, tall, like he's a strong like white Latino, and then we have like this Justin Bieber looking guy who's driving a Beamer. So we're like, you're getting it.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, dude, I don't want to get it. It's like 3 a.m, bro. That's what happens at 3 a.m, bro.
Dude, nobody will sell you weed at 3 a.m. anymore, dude.
Unless you go to the caserio.
Yeah.
So we go there, bro, and like there, you could see like fucking windows just looking at us.
Oh
like,
my god.
I was like, bro, I'm gonna die here. There's no way I'm gonna survive this. And he goes up, gets the $5 bag. Comes back and he's like, we did it. It was like the most disgusting tobacco looking shit. Ugh. It had like a little spider on the bag.
Spider.
So then we like rolled a really bad blunt on the beach, and we didn't get high for shit, bro.
Yeah, that's the worst, dude.
It's so bad.
And you know what sucks, dude, is like, you know what sucks is when people like spent the money already, so they're just trying to like convince themselves that, no, man, I didn't waste my money, dude. You're not feeling that?
Dude,
you're not feeling it, bro?
I think I feel it. No, I think I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think... Yeah, right? Yeah. And that was the thing, dude, is I remember... I think the first time I attempted to smoke weed is like, you don't really know how. Like, fucking... The panic kind of outweighs anything you did absorb.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's the... Like, you know. You know, it's like women, they're like... I think I've had an orgasm. They're like, no, you wouldn't know if you have, right? Which is everybody I've ever slept with. Like, I think I came, you know? And I'm like, yeah, no, you totally did, dude. I read in Cosmo that I pleased you. I totally, yeah. No, dude, no. Scientifically, dude, I made you come super hard, dude. You should tell your friends. Make sure you tell your friends, dude.
And 4 inches is an average.
Yeah. Dude, this is 6 inches, dude. This is 6 inches. Okay, anything above that is unnecessary, dude. Like,
it's not gonna go through your wall.
Yeah.
This is all you need.
Yeah. No, this is all you need, scientifically, and I'm slightly bigger than that. Slightly. But I'm like, dude, anything more than what I just gave you, unnecessary. Bro. And honestly, greedy. How much penis do you need? Like,
what are you, a consumer?
Dude, this is a problem. Consumer culture, dude.
Capitalist.
What happened to having enough penis for your family?
Bro, you know what's funny? Is like, remember on Facebook when people would share like fucking really like bad articles? Like from like these shitty like sites,
right.
Like they'd be like, see, like they would just try to get the point across. Like conservatives do it now, but like there was a time where everyone was doing.
I think everybody still does it, but like conservatives can be like
they
egregious.
do it a lot. They
can be egregious sometimes.
Because there's some liberals that are like, see, cannabis can cure cancer overnight. Like no.
Yeah.
Like just chill,
dude. Also, like you know the thing about drugs, like the drugs are the drugs.
Yeah.
Okay, the drugs don't make you anything. Okay, and I've always been a big believer, like, and ask anybody during that time period.
Yeah.
Whenever I've been like shit faced or anything, I'm generally pretty much the same all the time. Yeah. Like I'm not like out of control, or I'm not like, sorry, bro, I got real drunk, so I burned your mom's garage down. Yeah,
for me, I just get a lot more like social. That's it.
Yeah, you know, there are, and like that's the other thing is I do believe that's already a part of you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's something that already exists.
But it pushes.
Yeah, it kind of makes it easier, and like I agree with that.
Yeah, But when I was getting to the whole article thing, I would see guys going like, "See, 5 inches is enough," and I'm like, "Damn, dude, you're running yourself out."
That's
Damn.
Did you literally research and share an article to say you have a small dick? Is that what you're doing?
Just to justify that you have a small dick.
Told you, sluts. This 4-incher dude is perfectly fine.
What about men's rights?
And stop telling your friend. Yeah, they're like, you know, I don't know anybody that like focuses their life and time on like, dude, well, what about men? Or like, what about, like, I'm like, dude, anytime it's like a what about me kind of issue,
that is,
right? Like, it's always, because like, you'll see a lot of people just hijack issues all the time, like, or they change the subject.
Yeah, for sure.
And like the bad article shit, you'll get like these people that are like, dude, see, well, like this cop statistics or something, and they're like, where'd you get that? Like, bluelivesmatter.blogspot.com. Like you're like, dude, you found the one article that agrees with the fucking ridiculous viewpoint, and instead it's like, you know, like I'm big, like I'll hear anybody out on anything.
Yeah.
If there's clear that like, cool, like I've said to people like, well, I don't know anything about that subject, but I'll read about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go home and I will. And then most of the time, they're still full of shit, but...
You know, after doing jiu-jitsu for a while, it's like, I don't care what are your views, in a way.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know so many, like, great conservatives. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I'm not...
Yeah, I know. And I've met, like, so many, like, dope-ass liberals, too. I'm, like, more in the middle. Like, because there's some shit, like, on both sides. Like...
For sure, dude.
Like, Demi Lovato trying to cancel a yogurt shop for being, like...
Oh, this is a good transition.
What
we were talking about starting this.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So I'm like, so I was gonna read about it, but like you mentioned it kind of, and I was like, no, I want to talk about this on the podcast with a fresh mind because I'm not familiar with the story. But apparently, the biggest beef this week is fuck Jake Paul, who is God. You know, Logan sits at his right hand.
For sure.
And they rule the earth.
Yeah.
Because there's no justice.
There's no justice. There's
no such thing as, like, when people are like, there's no such thing as karma.
Yeah.
Because you can be a Jake Paul and, like, just win fights.
For sure.
And win at life.
Yeah.
Well, if that's, I mean, to me, that's not winning. But, like, to some people, you know, the money and the stuff. But the biggest beef is Demi Lovato in a yogurt shop.
Getting offended by sugar-free cookies, bro.
And is that what the...
She was walking by, like, sugar-free cookies and sugar-free, like, options, and she was blaming it on diet culture vultures.
Diet culture vultures?
Yes.
Now...
Because it pushes her to have an eating disorder.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, so this is the audacity of celebrities nowadays.
Yeah, bro.
In that she
literally smoked crack, and now she's, like, against sugar-free cookies.
Now she's like walking around like, you know what? I'm going to stand up for something. And then it's like, hey, what's up with these sugar-free cookies? Don't you know people like me? It's like, dude, you can order the fucking Oreos. I would. And you know what? Like, we were talking about like dieting and stuff like that. If I'm doing like low carb shit, I won't go to a fucking yogurt shop.
No, and it's also because she's on this new transition in her life where she's gonna eat whatever she wants now, because
I think she should.
Yeah, I think anyone should.
Yeah, like, I think anybody should do whatever they want.
Anyone to do anything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I'm like, we all go through like a tough time. I understand. Like, her addictions is not a joke, even though that's like very true. But you know, you can still laugh at things. Yeah, you can't have the audacity. Like. Like, okay, like when DMX died, bro, rest in peace.
Dude.
But when she was trying to turn it around on her, going like,
oh my god.
Yes, dude. Okay.
Yeah, dude. I have the most egregious example of this I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Is during, and actually because as of this taping, it's April 20th.
Yeah.
Derek Chauvin, the guy that the police officer killed George Floyd, was convicted.
Yeah.
And fuck him, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, fuck that guy. But the most egregious thing I've ever seen was it Cher, the fucking "Do you believe life after love?"
Oh god,
that bitch.
Oh god.
On Twitter,
is this Celine Dion? No,
it's Cher.
Cher, yeah, Cher, Celine Dion.
But Cher, Cher literally tweeted during the trial and was like, I couldn't help myself. I started crying. My mother asked me, "Why are you crying?" And she said, I watched the George Floyd footage, and I wondered maybe if I was there, I could have helped. Do you hear what I said?
I don't want
that Cher tweeted that if she had been there on scene during this George Floyd getting killed incident, that she would have done something.
She wouldn't have done shit, bro.
Dude, okay, one of the witnesses in that trial was a professional MMA fighter who worked at a gas station. And I'm like, yeah, so I'm like, what you're saying is the people that witnessed it, the other police officer witnessed, that you would have stepped in with a Pepsi can or something, maybe a Pepsi can, because I know, I've seen the commercial. You can take Pepsi to a riot and it fucking negates everything, and it eases racial tension somehow. So maybe that's what Cher meant.
She
hey, if I was on scene, or she has the audacity to think hey man, this man's getting suffocated to death. The cops can turn around and be like, holy shit, that's Cher, dude.
She gave me a Pepsi.
Yeah, that's Cher with a Pepsi? Let me stop murdering this man real quick. What the fuck was Cher gonna do about that situation? And dude, that's one of the most unfortunate situations I've ever seen on filmed. But this for Cher and for celebrities in general to be fuck these sugar-free cookies. Yeah. Or if hey, why don't y'all sit down?
Yeah.
Why don't you guys sit down? Fucking shut the fuck up. Back up. They're real people doing real life shit.
You're actors. You guys are not activists. You know what I mean? Just chill the fuck out. No, but there was one thing that I was just oof. It was really bad. So the Las Vegas Raiders, they posted on Twitter with this picture is all black and it says "I can breathe" 4/20/2021, and I was like, oh no, that was bad. I understand the intentions were good, but that came out so
that is a
bad.
really
that was so cringy, bro.
So anytime
yeah, dude, it was bad.
And I get it, but see, that's the thing. It's it's questionable. If you have any situation, whether or not it's questionable, whether or not you're celebrating or not happy about, it kind of sounds like it could be turned both ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is kind of ridiculous.
It's me again. You can check out all our podcast merchandise. You can actually check out our podcast at bestworstcantina.com and Best Worst Cantina shop and use the code THESHOOT for 10% off of any products. Yes, I said any products. You can get 10% off by using the code THESHOOT on bestworstcantina.com.
The only time I thought shit was funny was Rush Limbaugh's response to George Floyd. He's like, well, I can breathe because I'm not breaking the law. And then he got lung cancer. So I mean, whatever God is making this shit up, let's give Jake Paul a loss real quick, huh? Let's have some fucking justice in the world.
First of all, when Rush Limbaugh died, I never seen anyone celebrate it more than you. Okay.
Well, I mean, he kind of did it to himself. Yeah. And dude, that's the thing. Instead of teaching people that it's wrong to celebrate death, raise your kids to not be a piece of shit. Hey, think about it. If you died right now, is anybody to dance about it? And if people say no, then you're on the right track. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Rather than being man, it's just wrong to have some. Because I definitely lost some friends from the military. For sure. Maybe I was a little too stoked that Rush Limbaugh died, but I actually. My thing was, dude, I was always man, I'm super not conservative at all.
Yeah.
I listened to that fucking Fox radio shit every day when I was delivery driving.
Oh damn.
Because I listened to Rush Limbaugh a lot because I was I'm a know your enemy dude.
Just plotting his death.
Nah, yeah. I'm bro, I've never prayed more than I've ever prayed for lung cancer. I'm go cancer, go. Everybody's fuck cancer, and I'm come on, man, it's doing some good.
Yeah, I mean,
no, but I thought I think it's always good to be like more well-rounded because like you hear, I've heard like some viewpoints where you're like, there's a point to that, and there's a good point to a lot of things, you know.
I watch Steven Crowder a lot.
Oh man,
dude. And the thing is like
Kevin already knows.
Yeah, dude.
We just talked about.
I don't agree with everything he says. Actually, I don't agree with most of the things he says. But his content is fucking hilarious.
Well, it's like the thing is like there's a gift in presentation.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a gift in like the way you present shit. There's a way like, and the thing is like, like I'm not necessarily for like all the time with like deplatforming shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, no, you should let people. Yeah. You should let people tell you what they think, so you know, like, now I know for a fact.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And Steven Crowder's that dude to me. Because he'll do all this thing like fucking, like, I don't know. I don't like when these fucking dorks. Like, dude, if you're objectively a dork, dude, you shouldn't fucking shouldn't speak on some things. For sure.
And I hate when white men talk about
I didn't shit.
Yeah. I hate when like white men talk about like women's rights when they're not women.
Right.
Like if it's not your body, you have no say in it. You know what I mean?
Right, like that kind of stuff.
Like everyone, like
man, we're getting super.
Yeah, I think we should just get straight to fights. Because we're high. We're gonna get too political here. Let's just get straight to fights.
Let's get right into it.
Yeah,
religious views. Yeah,
because I have none.
We should definitely go a little longer, just in case, just so we can edit out some shit. Because I was. Why? No, I was like mid-sentence with some stuff, and I was like, man, we're veering. But also, yeah. Let's talk fucking Jake Paul's next possible opponents.
Didn't we talk about that?
Oh, yeah. Tommy Fury. Yeah. So Tommy Fury, I think that would be a good one.
Tom Woodley.
But I did want to say, so afterwards I was watching, I was like reading Twitter and stuff like that. And, one thing that I thought was super interesting and somebody I really like is Chris Lieben.
Oh yeah,
Chris Crippler Lieben, who fought at 185.
Yeah, he's probably walking around like 220.
At this point, yeah. I think even his last bare knuckle fight,
he was 185.
Probably under one. He was probably under 200 pounds.
Ooh, wow.
So he might be like a real deal 185er.
Yeah. Instead of
like a. Like, I don't think during his fighting career he was more than 200 pounds.
Yeah.
I could be super wrong, but Chris Lieben, I thought would be an interesting because like now he's had 3 or 4 bare knuckle fights, I think.
Yeah.
And that's straight boxing rules. Yeah, and he did retire, but like as soon as that, and like they're talking about who Jake Paul could fight next, and Chris Lieben, literally oh man, that man's terrifying. Mm-hmm. He's terrifying. Like, on his back has a samurai holding someone's head, like it's decapitated with like the blood. That's his entire back.
That's a dope tattoo, actually.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's a dope tattoo.
But Chris Lieben is such a terrifying individual. Also is like one of the toughest. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't... Like, Anderson Silva dismantled him, but like... There was like knees, elbows, punches, like...
No one would have like survived that.
Yeah. Nobody would survive like a quarter of that.
Yeah.
And I feel like an asshole because I said that about Ben Askren like a week ago.
Yeah.
A week ago.
Hey, I
was like, dude, look at the damage against fucking
you said
Robbie
the same thing about Mira, like, while the fight was happening.
Hey, can we stop? I already apologized. for saying that I thought Frank Mir looked good. I just thought. And then I watched, and then I started actually watching.
You're like, damn, he looks good. I like checked. I was like, okay.
I was like, man, I'm actually surprised because I saw him land a punch. I was like, damn, dude, okay. And then I watched the rest of it, and it looked like when you're a little kid and you fight your big brother, and they're just holding your forehead, and you're like, like you're not landing anything.
Yeah.
But I thought Chris Lieben will be interesting. BJ Penn.
We will not speak of this. Tyron Woodley
wants
some
Yeah, and I think too, like his UFC career is not going super.
Yeah, it was a good last fight against Vicente.
His last fight was great, and I think like that's the thing is not to say that Tyron Woodley Tyron Woodley's still a great fighter.
Yeah,
he just kind of got his number got called.
Yeah,
like his car got pulled, and like Kamaru Usman is
so scary too, bro.
Kamaru is fucking. Like Tyron Woodley 2.0 kind of like
for sure,
like wrestling with great boxing.
Yeah.
Kamaru Usman I don't think is going to lose that belt anytime soon, which is actually we're going to get into that.
We should like just go straight to the fight.
Yes, let's get right into the fight picks.
Let's do it.
Gabe Gambino again. The Shoot. Dude, your favorite brand new over one podcast here in New Mexico. We got a good thing going here. But it wouldn't be shit without the help of Boulder Road Digital. And my friend Kevin here at Boulder Road Digital, he does everything. He's literally gone on cruise ships to film bands. He'll do, again, your sex tapes, your grandmother's funeral. And, if you want there to be like Sarah McLachlan with the slow fade in, with the zoom, right? I can't believe Mima's dead. Right? He will express that for you. He'll get that moment. And you can show it to your Tinder dates, whatever you need. Your sex tapes. I'm sure he's flexible enough to do that. But if you go to boulderroaddigital.com, you can see example of all the video services. I've done a lot with Boulder Road Digital myself as a musician. They've been on tour with me. They've done my concerts. And we have paid them, by the way. But they charge a very reasonable price for your excellent video services. So, if you want excellent video service, if you're an up-and-coming artist, you want a music video, go to boulderroaddigital.com. And they're the ones that edit this podcast and undo this podcast. So, if you like what you're seeing, if you like, if you don't like my face, but you like the presentation, right? If you like lipstick on a pig, that's what Boulder Road's doing for us here. So, BoulderRoadDigital.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to Boulder Road for sponsoring this podcast.
And now you have a pen with you, right? So we can track this last time. By the way, we were tied in the last fights, so none of us are doing push-ups, but we're going to do double the push-ups next week if we lose.
So that's going to be that's going to be presented as a whole different episode of the podcast.
It's going to be
because if I have to do 60 push-ups, it's going to be an hour.
Yeah.
It's going to be me eating like hot Cheetos between fucking... Hold on.
What?
Hey! Fuck, where did I put my goddamn pen?
Jesus Christ, Gam.
Dude, we're super professional here.
Jesus, man.
Let me get up. Oh, here it is.
Whoa!
Skibbity whoa! Swing! Alright.
Yeah.
So, we got the main card here. It's UFC 2 something. Well, I'm glad I put the numbers on it.
Yeah.
I think it's UFC 261? 262?
I'll check it, dude. Don't worry. I got you. Whoa! And it is coming. 261.
Okay.
Yeah.
261. So, obviously we have 3 title fights going on here.
Yeah.
So we got 2 women's division. I think 135 and 125?
No, it's 115 and 125.
Okay, so that'd be Wiley's.
Yeah, and Nunes.
Yeah. See? 115. And then 125. And then we also have the men's welterweight championship going on. There's no women's welterweight division, so I don't know.
That would be a scary division if it did happen.
Oh, dude. Was it Gabby Garcia?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, you know what's the saddest thing? Gabby Garcia 1 is like, how tall is she? She's about 6'2". She's a really...
She is actually going to do like an intergender grappling match against Craig Jones, the guy that's going to be the grappling coach for Alex Volkanovski's Ultimate Fighter season. Oh, bro, I'm interested
in seeing that. And you know what? Like, again, with the Jake Paul thing.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude, I think she honestly would walk through him
for sure.
Because she's she's more of a stand-up fighter, and it sucks. Like going back to Jake Paul, the thing that sucks is like there's always an excuse for like, and like he is winning these fights, but at the same time it's like two people know boxing, and then the one with kind of boxing is Ben Askren, who only ever used boxing to set up like takedowns and shit. Yeah, so it's hard to have like it's hard to have any kind of like actual gauge on that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, God damn it!
What's the first fight?
This is when I tell you why I don't smoke weed a lot.
Bro. You went on like 5 minutes off topic.
Yeah. Which time?
What's the first?
It's a new fucking podcast, dude. Okay, I think we're 1 for 1. We're 1 for 1. The first episode was good. Okay.
Just say the first fight, Gambino. Just say the first fight.
We got Anthony Smith versus Jimmy Shoot.
Yeah.
Or is it Chute? Or I don't know.
I think it's Shoot.
Yeah, Shoot. The Shoot a box. Like it smelled like Shoot a boxes. Like yeah. So we got Anthony Smith. He's 34-16, which is 50 fights.
Yeah.
Way more wins than losses. And then we got Jimmy Shoot, who's 12-1, who's ratio-wise way better.
I'm going for Anthony Smith.
You going for Anthony Smith?
Yeah, I'm going for Anthony. Because his jiu-jitsu in his last fucking fight was fucking beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good scene. I don't remember his last fight.
It was good. I think he finished it with a triangle.
Who was it?
That's a good question.
Oh, man.
Remember. It was a good fight, though.
Yeah, I hadn't seen... and you know, like, Anthony Smith was, like, an interesting... Like, I watched a thing with him... we're talking about how he got, like, the Jones fight and stuff like that. It was kind of by default, but at the same time, he fought him to a decision.
He could have just Sterling it, bro.
Did Aljamain?
Yeah, dude, just take the title, bro.
Dude, oh, man. And the thing is, like... Whose fault is it that Aljamain Sterling, like...
It's not his.
Yeah.
Like, speed
and got rocked in the face.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, that shit was like, oh, man. That, yeah. That, for him to win a belt that way, is like, nobody's ever really seen that kind of shit.
No.
We're like, except for, I kind of blame Diego Sanchez.
Yeah.
Because, remember that he won that, he won that DQ fight, and he's literally looking at the ref, and it's like, if I say I can't keep going, do I win? And they're like, well, I guess technically. And he's like, yeah, I can't do it, man.
I was there ringside, and I was like, wait, what? Like, I was just like, what's going on? Because it was just such a bizarre... like entrance too. It was like this like Native American like music playing, and he's just walking with his like a rooster, bro. Yeah, dude. I was like, damn, that's big dick energy, bro. I want that.
It is, dude. Like
the energy, not the big dick.
Yeah. No, because you only need as much as I have, ladies. Ladies, you only need as much dick as I have to offer. So. Stupid. Who
are you picking for that fight before we?
So I'll go Jimmy Shoot. Like I think there's a reason he's getting a main card slot. Probably it's not just Anthony Smith, but I think maybe I'm guessing the UFC sees something in Jimmy Shoot that fucking and they're giving him a legitimate like a one-time title contender.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they're trying to legitimize his career.
Gotcha.
So I'll go with him.
All right. So we're
gonna switch on that one.
All right. And then next,
Uriah Hall versus Chris Whiny Weidman, dude.
I'm going for Chris Weidman.
That's my boy.
That's my boy. He's still my boy.
Yeah. One of the most ridiculous things is like who did he fight for that?
He lost against Luke Rockhold, I think.
Was it
that or the Yoel Romero?
Yeah, I think it was Yoel Romero or something.
That was a nasty knee.
But it was, and dude, I mean, he got fucked up. But his dad, like, could you imagine that? Because I'm like, we were talking about this earlier. Like, MMA fans ain't shit, dude.
No.
MMA fans are like objectively some of the worst fans of all time of anything.
They are the worst fans.
Yeah. Well, no, but like again, I'm a battle rap fan.
Yeah. And
that like I've seen during this quarantine thing, like one of the biggest battle rap promotions put on an entire Grand Prix where like whoever wins it, and the reason they did Grand Prix was because the owner of the league is a Pride fan.
Oh, really?
And he's like, I used to love his things. Like every weekend they had divisions, and then they all came together, and I had to like, you know, like, and one winner wins the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like the fact they got high level battle rappers to like do this thing, and people were like, that's it. And I was like, are you fucking kidding? Like they did something during the quarantine. Like safely, objectively, like you know what I mean, with high level like battle rappers.
Yeah.
For like the fans to be like, this fucking event sucked.
Damn, bro.
And I'm like, bro, they pulled so many strings. Like, that's like if you assholes were like, hey man, this podcast sucks, and you know what? It can be because we're not funny. But it's not because of the production value. It's not because of the effort, you know?
For sure.
And this podcast doesn't suck, but at all.
Who are you picking for that fight?
Somebody stop me. I'll go Uriah Hall, dude.
Okay, so we're 1-1.
Yeah. Like, and I'm going to go mostly... I'm going to go mostly to, like, oppose because... I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about.
You went on this fucking tangent about battle rapping, dude.
Oh, it's why MMA fans are terrible. Because my whole point with that.
I know.
Chris Weidman's dad.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, you can't do that in an MMA fight because like you're gonna get roasted to oblivion.
For sure.
Anyway, Uriah Hall. So we got a Jessica Andrade versus Shevchenko, dude.
Shevchenko.
I was gonna go Shevchenko too.
Yeah.
We can go.
Yeah, we can go Shevchenko.
Shevchenko, along with style points, like is the cutest. She's so awesome, dude. She's a badass fighter.
Yeah, she has like I think the reach advantage too for sure. And
I should have taken that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like you know
I can check.
What I'm really digging with like women's MMA nowadays is like there's really high level, like it used to be like Ronda Rousey and then everybody else.
Bro, 5.5 inch reach advantage. Good night, Jessica.
Yeah. Valentina Shevchenko, dude. Mm-hmm. We're both going with her.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Valentina Shevchenko too is like just fucking. Like she has really high level like kickboxing and fucking like is good at everything.
Yeah.
Great striker. Yeah. Jessica Andrade is badass too.
She is badass.
That's what I'm appreciating nowadays. Is like
she has knockout power for sure.
Yeah. Like nowadays you're seeing people that are like good. Like I think Holly Holm should be credited more. As like one of these high level women's fighters who
strikers for sure.
Especially but like she has like good defensive grappling. Like she's good enough.
No,
it's like Crow Cop. I was watching like me and Kevin were watching old Crow Cop, and I was like Crow Cop was ahead of his time. Was like a strict kickboxer.
Yeah.
But his bottom game was so good. Like he could get back up on the feet.
For me, it was a credit to Kenny Florian.
Yeah.
I loved how he was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Yeah.
And like his Muay Thai was just fucking sick.
Yeah.
And he wanted to take him down, and then they're like, fuck, why did I take him down?
Yeah. Yeah. Once he starts like showing you stand up, and then you're like, you're like start panicking. You're like, well, I'm gonna double leg him, and then you're like get down there, and you're like, oh, he's even better at this. Fuck.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
And that's how it's not like like. Holly Holm was like that fucking Crow Cop kind of like with amazing stand like and also like a world boxing champion. Like people don't like. I think a lot of people nowadays don't realize like her boxing prestige is so fucking good.
Yeah, for real. She's
was a pro boxer for like a long time.
Yeah,
and then like started like What she fought in Strikeforce?
I don't know.
It wasn't. Might not have been Strikeforce, but it was like a smaller MMA promotion, and then.
Was Invictus around that?
I don't think so.
Let me check.
But like when she started doing MMA, like Holly Holm was like was like known for only professional boxing, like having hands.
Yeah.
Then started like, holy shit, like has a crow cop fucking left leg, you know.
For sure.
The right leg, it was a right leg hospital, left leg cemetery.
Yeah.
But like I kind of credit Holly Holm with being like kind of a like one of the biggest pioneers in women's MMA.
It was actually Legacy FC.
Legacy, okay.
And then she was in Bellator once.
Okay, yeah, and then she comes in like...
Yeah.
She comes in the UFC.
Yeah, she came into the UFC with just 7 wins and 0 losses, and then she beat Raquel Pennington in her debut.
Okay. Yeah, dude, Raquel Pennington's like no fucking slouch either.
Dude, she only won 2 fights before she fought Ronda Rousey in the UFC.
Wow. See, and that's the thing, is I was always like telling people... you know, because people like when it comes to like fights being rigged and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, the UFC wanted they wanted Rousey to stay champ.
Yeah, for sure.
They didn't want Holly Holm to win.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
Yeah.
But also like, so I remember I was on tour. We were playing Phoenix, and we were like, dude, we should take all the money in our band fund that we had on us, like drive to Vegas like 4 hours away, and put all our money on Holly Holm because it was like the night of that fight. Which we would have came out with like thousands and thousands of dollars, like
fucking crazy.
Yeah, but we like knew, and then we were like on the way home, we're like having to Google it, and we're like, oh fuck,
damn,
we should have done that shit, dude.
That's like missing on Bitcoin.
That's how I'm feeling about the Doge thing.
Yeah,
like,
me too, bro. Like, fuck.
I'm feeling like a real piece of shit right now.
Fuck, bro.
All right, next fight we got a fucking Weili Zhang and Rose Namajunas, dude.
I'm going for Thug Rose.
I'm rooting for Thug Rose.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Your money's on Zhang?
If I had money to put on it, which I don't, like, where's my stimmy?
Where's my stimmy?
No, if I had money to put on it, I was like, dude, Weili probably is like clearly the more obvious. She's 21-1, by the way. Weili Zhang, and Rose Namajunas is 10-4.
It's not the first time Rose is an underdog, bro.
Right, and this is the thing.
Yeah.
My heart is with Rose.
Yeah.
Every fight she fights, like I love her, dude. I love her. I think she's amazing. Like, she's definitely. It's not the first time, and that's her with Joanna.
Yeah.
The first time she fought Joanna, everybody's like, "Oh shit!" Yeah. It's like feeding a small fish to a shark.
Yeah, and then the fish fucked up the
shark.
Yeah,
the fish. Yeah, the fish had hands actually, and knocked out the shark. Like,
yeah. For
sure. So, fuck. And even when Rose fought Joanna, like it was like she deserved it.
Yeah.
Completely. So I was like, fuck. But you're like, man, is she ready for something like that? And then won that fight.
Yeah. And
then won the rematch, right?
Yeah.
They had a rematch. She fucking beat her again.
Yeah.
Fucked her up.
Fucked her up, bro.
So, like, Weili, fuck. But after watching Weili fucking do that to Joanna, like, fucking
crazy.
Dude, she had a whole other head growing on the side of her fucking head.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that shit?
I'm going with Rose, though.
All right, I'm going to pick Weili.
All right.
But that's because I feel like... I'm trying to bet with my push-ups, which is like money.
That is money, bro.
That is money.
Yeah.
And fuck yeah, with Weili. If I had money to put on it, or if I was the kind of person who gambled on fights, I would fucking put it on Weili. Yeah. All right. So G baby for Rose. Now we have the main event. Oh. And this one, dude, this one's be interesting as shit. Because this is a rehash of a fight that just happened like pretty recently.
Yeah.
And it's George Masvidal and fucking Kamaru Usman, who's the champion, is 18-1. Masvidal's 35-14. So that's 49 fights under his belt. But also, the last 5 years or so, fucking Masvidal's been a different kind of fighter.
Yeah.
Than he was when he was younger.
I'm going for Jorge.
You're going for Jorge this time.
I'm going for
Okay,
Jorge.
so we actually we were gonna talk about this earlier, and then we didn't because I was like, I want to know why.
Why Jorge?
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I feel like his wrestling actually keeps up with Colby Covington's wrestling.
Yeah.
In a full training camp, because they were training partners, and he would.
Colby and Jorge were.
They were training partners. They were actually.
Oh, they're both
friends.
MAGA guys, huh?
Yeah, but they hate each other. They want to fight each other next. That's gonna be a crazy fight. But anyways, I feel like Jorge's wrestling and Damian Maia, who is one of the greatest jiu-jitsu practitioners
ever,
said that the hardest jiu-jitsu was Jorge's. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. And his
well, you know what can derail that too is getting a fucking 4-second flying knee knockout.
Yeah.
And thinking you're fucking, you're like now you're the man in the stand up now.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that's not what it is because kind of with Chuck Liddell, dude, we started out as a wrestler and his MMA style is wrestling.
Yeah.
And then once he started doing ridiculous fucking haymaker punch, he started getting big.
But the thing with Jorge is that he was a boxer first.
I think Jorge
a Cuban style boxing. His first art was boxing.
Oh yeah, and Cubans are pretty you can't fuck with them in the boxing, dude.
No, they're just like Puerto Ricans and Mexicans. Their style of boxing is almost the same. I think with Puerto Ricans, they're more floaty. They like to just...
They pull knives eventually, right?
And take your cars. But they work more on footwork and technical.
Okay.
Mexicans are
kind of raw. Yeah.
So I feel like Cuban style is a little bit more like Puerto Rican style just because we're in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
But I think Jorge has... I think he has the tools to beat Kamaru.
Yeah, and that's, the one thing that sucks, dude, is because it was the first fight with Masvidal and Usman was kind of short notice.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah,
but it was still. It was 6 days.
6 days.
Okay, and even
he
then,
lost 20 pounds in 6 days.
Yeah, well, and even then too is I've never been a big fan of the. I don't know if I take a music show if I take it short notice, and it's not that great. I'm like, okay, well. But I'm not oh man, I'm gonna fucking I'm not gonna take it seriously and then be well, it's good. Well, it's short notice.
Yeah.
You just kind of do it.
Yeah.
And so I don't like when fighters have the benefit. Again, Michael Bisping. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
Came in with one eye. Was on a movie set.
10 days notice.
Yeah, and that was on a movie set.
Yeah.
Was shit, Dana called. He's on set.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, I'll do it. And then it's checking his weight, and he's I'm 200 pounds.
Shit.
That kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then he went and knocked out Luke Rockhold.
Yeah. But I think he was preparing for that rematch for a while.
That's the thing. It's fucking Masvidal probably lost that fight and went straight to the gym.
Yeah, for sure.
So, fuck.
It's all on you, baby boy.
For the sake of being an asshole and keeping the dynamic alive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Usman because he won the first fight.
All right.
But also, Usman has had fights between this fight, and Masvidal hasn't. Masvidal hasn't fought.
Months.
Huh?
It's just a few months.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck. Who did Usman fight last? It was Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
Who was how are you Brazilian? Your name's Gilbert Burns, dude. You sound like a tax agent.
I mean, Gracie's a Scottish name.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Royce. I'm it's Hoist, bro. Hoist, yeah.
Porrada for life. Anyways, so your pick is Kamaru, right?
Yes, Usman. I think Usman is gonna Usman's been really good at fucking adapting and changing.
Okay.
So I think on that note, he fucking. All right.
Let's do that. 60 push-ups.
60 push-ups. We got it written down this time because last time
we were
5 minutes away from filming, and we're who picked what last time? So we had to watch our own episode like assholes.
Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, click the notification button on YouTube, and then check out on our Spotify, iTunes,
dude, all of it,
all the podcast platforms or whatever podcast platforms that you listen to. Check it out.
And Praise Jake Paul, God of all gods.